Through the surveillance cameras, you and I are about to witness true stories filmed live. They document the real heartbreak of a partner devastated by infidelity. This program honors those who stay faithful, serving as a warning to the deceitful, hopefully pushing them back toward honesty and moral virtue. Coming up on this intense episode of Cheaters, the confrontation gets entirely out of hand. Raw reality television is brought to you by the private investigators at the Cheaters Agency. Host Peter Pankey hits the screen, ready to drop another wild episode of Cheaters. First up is Mecca Jackson, a young guy desperately needing clarity on his struggling relationship. He wants answers about his girlfriend's recent shady behavior, so Mecca hired the investigators to uncover the truth. To Mecca, she always seemed like someone totally different. He felt she was a genuine person, and that kind of sincerity was hard to find in this modern dating scene. He figured that is where their deep connection sparked, and things naturally just grew from there. In his mind, despite the issues, he still fully considers her his main girl. But when it comes to their actual day-to-day dynamic, they are definitely far from truly happy. Lately, he describes this massive dark cloud hovering directly over their entire struggling romance. It is just tough to explain. Enter Chelsea Smith, age 28, a graphic designer who might be doing her dirtiest work behind closed doors. The investigative team sets up outside the couple's shared apartment, using hidden interior cameras planted by a heartbroken Mecca. The squad monitors suspect Chelsea Smith. She nervously peeks outside before opening the door for a delivery guy. The two look familiar. We can clearly see them exchange affection before she takes his package. Mecca remembers stepping out of the shower and hearing Chelsea talking quietly in the living room. It sounded like she was secretly whispering. The second she heard him leave the bathroom, she immediately hung up the phone. So Mecca casually asked her about it. Chelsea claimed it was just customer service for a delivery app, insisting that they had somehow lost her important package. The tracking app showed it arriving that same day. But according to him, she was acting completely frantic over the whole situation. From her, just by reading her nervous body language, Mecca knew right then something was definitely wrong. She had already moved in with him, and he was covering all their monthly bills. He bought their groceries and did absolutely everything possible, just trying to keep her happy. One afternoon, Mecca finally arrived back at their shared home. His hands were full of groceries, so he called out for Chelsea, hoping she would just come outside and help him carry the grocery bags inside the house. She came outside, and some strange dude popped out of the house too. Mecca was completely caught off guard, thinking, now his blood is boiling. He wondered, who the hell is this strange man hanging out inside his house? Chelsea started telling him he was overreacting, claiming it was just this delivery driver who brings the packages, and that he is over there all the time. Yeah, she accidentally let slip he visits constantly. The client noted he was just the delivery guy helping her with a box. He carried the box inside, which seemed like standard procedure. Mecca didn't care about excuses. He just wanted to know why the guy was inside. Let's watch as investigators spot the familiar delivery driver, now identified as Trey Benson, heading straight toward Chelsea's door, with the mood lighting perfectly set. Hidden cameras once again catch Chelsea opening her door for the delivery man. Only this time, she clearly intends to handle Benson's special package. Later, a shirtless Benson emerges with a very satisfied Chelsea. The pair shares one last sultry embrace before parting ways. Having successfully taken Chelsea to the promised land, the exhausted driver hustles home. Mecca wondered if he was just being delusional, battling his own insecurities that needed work. He figured she knew. He reflected on all the shared growth they experienced over their short year and a half together. They had truly connected, and he desperately hoped that they could continue. He wanted to continue that journey, take it from there, and make real plans. He genuinely wanted to spend the rest of their lives together. Stick with me. Our agents are staked out waiting for movement. Operatives sit tight for hours until they spot Benson aggressively park his vehicle. He leaves his SUV and takes a sneaky roundabout route. Sometime later, the lovebirds emerge, and Benson, once again, delivers the goods. He holds the door for suspect Chelsea. Cheater's detectives track the twosome for several miles until they hit a nearby shopping mall. Investigators follow Chelsea and her companion, keeping a safe distance as the couple slowly strolls, hand in hand, straight toward the east entrance. Once inside this monument to consumerism, our gumshoes capture the couple on camera. They stop at a local hat shop to upgrade their wardrobe game. Upon finding the perfect fit, the guilty duo finally departs the premises. Back at his ride, Benson once again plays the gentleman for his new lady before they quickly flee the scene. The twosome casually returns to Chelsea's apartment complex with clear documentation of her indiscretions. Cheater's detectives head back to headquarters to compile their findings. Now we brace for the confrontation. With Chelsea's deceptive true nature fully exposed, the Cheaters team meets up with Mecca to reveal everything. Riddled with heavy reservations, Mecca braces himself to face the harsh reality. Mecca, what's good, my guy? What's up, bro? You holding up? Just chill, man. It is what it is right now. You called the team. We have some serious suspicions about Chelsea. We dug around and found a few interesting things here. Are you ready to check it out? Yeah, let's go, man. I need to know. He gave the okay. Today, you and I are going to watch this cheating investigation unfold outside the couple's home. While the camera crew waited, a strange man suddenly appeared. The boyfriend immediately recognized the man on screen. The delivery guy dropped a package but acted entirely too affectionate, so the cameras kept on rolling. He rushed right back, and the girlfriend opened the door. The boyfriend felt sick. He could not believe the absolute disrespect unfolding right before his eyes. The video continued. He muttered that his girl was acting completely shady as the shocking evidence played. She was getting entirely too comfortable with the delivery driver that afternoon. The tension was rapidly building. He was crushed. They shared a long embrace right inside his house. The boyfriend panicked, realizing the man was heading straight into his own bedroom. The guy walked out looking entirely too relaxed, making the brutal betrayal completely undeniable. He was completely horrified. He felt utterly disrespected by her deceitful, shady behavior. She had previously claimed this exact same guy was just helping carry heavy packages inside. The reality was undeniably painful for the heartbroken boyfriend. As messed up as it was, there was more footage. He desperately begged for it to stop, but he had to watch. He demanded they keep playing the rest of it. Stick with me here. Later that day, the cheating pair was spotted again. They arrived at a local mall. He watched them going on a lavish shopping date. This was clearly an emotional affair, going far beyond just physical hookups. They were blatantly holding hands. Both looked incredibly happy together. Right then, the unfaithful girlfriend received a phone call. The boyfriend watched closely, recognizing exactly what was happening next. Let's listen to this call together. He remembered making it that afternoon. His recorded voice played. She casually answered him. He asked her current plans. She lied about running some random errands. He asked her location. She briefly hesitated. She falsely claimed she was heading home and would be there in 10 minutes. He innocently said he was waiting. She promised to see him very soon. They exchanged quick goodbyes. The boyfriend was absolutely disgusted by her. He realized just how cold and dirty his girlfriend truly was. Let's watch this unfold. He admitted he simply couldn't disagree. The host reminded the betrayed victim that since he called cheaters, he knew the routine. The heartbroken client nodded, completely sure of it. The host laid out the reality, confirming he knew their exact location. The betrayed client was ready, urging the crew forward. They made their move. The host explained the final plan. They had finally arrived, and it was time to get answers. Producer Nastia confirmed that everyone was in position. They had eyes on the cheating target and were pulling up to the chaotic scene. The client braced himself. The host pushed him to get his answers. His girl was inside with another man, and they needed to face this awful truth. The whole crew rushed frantically toward the door. Cameras were rolling as the team charged inside. They stormed the room. Absolute chaos erupted as the cheating couple realized what was happening. The panicked woman instantly screamed at them to leave. She kept screaming, desperately demanding the camera crew leave. She hurled curses, demanding to know why they barged in. The guilty boyfriend stammered, entirely stunned. He frantically begged everyone to just hold on. The cornered man kept pleading for a quick pause. He panicked completely, asking what they were doing in denial. He tried begging the furious guys to wait. Trapped. He cluelessly demanded some answers. Pure panic, total denial. The betrayed client shouted, searching wildly for the man hiding inside. The shouting rapidly escalated. The host stepped forward firmly, asking to speak with the cheating man real quick. He introduced himself as Peter Guns, trying to de-escalate the situation. He explained they were from cheaters, calling the entire situation inappropriate. He questioned what the guy was doing. The side piece violently cursed the victim, demanding she get out immediately. Stick with me for the conclusion. The cheater yelled in absolute confusion. She hurled nasty insults at the victim, screaming for her to leave the room. She aggressively questioned who thought this ambush was actually okay. Someone mocked their incredibly weak defense. Tensions flared. Security desperately struggled to maintain order. Wild insults kept flying around randomly. They checked to ensure the big man was all right. Let's watch this tense, cheating confrontation unfold together. He insulted the lazy delivery driver. He yelled to wait. Things quickly escalated. The driver swore he was just dropping off a package. The confrontation grew incredibly tense. He demanded to talk outside. The driver tried to ignore him. He asked the boyfriend what his problem was. The host fired back, asking why she chose this total bum. The tension was suffocating. The reality of the situation finally hit him. The investigator cut straight to the bottom line. He revealed they were from cheaters and had been watching her every single move. They had surveillance proving exactly what was going on. The driver got defensive, claiming he was only doing his actual job. He angrily asked why the camera crew was in his face. The boyfriend yelled that he was caught on tape. Tempers flared as the crew braced for a physical fight breaking out. The boyfriend accused him of crossing the line, but the driver denied it. The driver played dumb, forcing the host to explain why they were really there. He kept denying everything, acting like he did absolutely nothing wrong. The investigator wasn't letting him escape. Stick with me here, as the host flips the script on this guy. He asked how the driver would feel if another man visited his lady. The boyfriend reminded him that hidden cameras caught absolutely everything inside the apartment. The video evidence was completely undeniable now. He was incredibly furious about the other man sneaking in and out of his home. The verbal insults kept flying as the chaotic argument spilled outside. The angry boyfriend demanded the intruder get out of his house immediately. He tried to appeal to him purely man to man. He pointed out the sheer disrespect of laying in another man's very own bed. He reminded him the video proof existed, whether the selfish driver cared about the drama or not. The corner driver acted tough. He sternly told him to listen. The investigator stepped in, clarifying that this wasn't about fighting right now. He calmly explained that the heartbroken boyfriend finally had the painful answers he needed. But the furious victim didn't want to hear any more hollow excuses from them. He screamed at the cheating pair, aggressively ordering the driver off his property. He physically forced the stubborn homewrecker right out the door. The confrontation reached a boiling point, and staying quiet simply wasn't an option for him. The screaming finally died down. The boyfriend declared he was completely done. So what do we make of this disaster? The guy left, but the relationship was permanently destroyed. He screamed to change the locks and leave. He mocked his pathetic fight. He questioned what the fight was for. Stick with me. The victim finally got his answers. The investigator declared the whole chaotic relationship was officially over. The situation ended, and the crew checked on everyone's safety. He told everyone to ignore the coward who was backing down. He reminded the victim he deserved much better than what this disaster offered. The victim only wanted to know why refusing to entertain any pathetic excuses. She fired right back, accusing him of never being home, cooking or cleaning. He scoffed at cooking and cleaning, aggressively questioning what her problem was with his African heritage. She mocked his African roots as tensions flared. She boldly claimed that as an African man, He must serve his queen. The host admitted showing her the surveillance footage wasn't even remotely worth their time. Someone spotted a weapon, realizing the scene was spiraling out of control. He reminded the victim he was better. He made sure the cameras caught him aggressively throwing the object down. He repeatedly checked that the film crew caught him slamming the item onto the pavement. The host firmly advised the victim to just head straight home. He instructed him to toss her belongings. He urged the heartbroken man to permanently cut all contact with her moving forward. He gestured at the cheating woman. He emphasized who the fight involved. The cheating girlfriend stood completely naked in front of everyone. They quickly decided it was time to leave. They mocked the mailman's so-called big package. Here's where it gets wild. The host refused to even show the surveillance footage, seeing no remorse, and ordered the crew to pack up and leave. He reassured the victim that he could definitely find better. They signaled to roll out completely in disbelief at the madness. The cheater foolishly thought he was Drake. He struggled to maintain a professional tone. He simply couldn't stay neutral anymore. He bluntly called them both garbage, hoping the victim saw the truth. Disgusting. He joked that she could keep the loser and deliver packages together. They could play their twisted little mailman game. The victim claimed he no longer cared, loudly bragging that he had plenty of other women eagerly waiting for his attention anyway. He admitted he could have moved on earlier, which made the ugly betrayal sting even worse. He felt like a total fool for desperately trying to stay faithful to someone so incredibly undeserving. When the dust settled, the absolute bottom line remained clear. He sensed a lie, contacted the investigators, and they delivered. Now the heartbroken victim had all the brutal answers about her identity. What do you and I learn here? Leave toxic relationships in the garbage, right where they belong. He agreed to walk away forever. The host praised the man for handling the confrontation well. After the bitter confrontation, Mecca stands at a crossroads of uncertainty. Stay tuned as Cheaters reveals his final decision. Up next, Cheaters presents Aaron Shields' story. Let's hear what Aaron learned the night of her dramatic confrontation. Catching David was incredibly difficult for her, which is exactly why she called. That ranch was supposed to be a dream that they built together, but he completely ruined it for them. Aaron desperately wanted to hurt him so badly. Getting caught meant he had deeply hurt her. I really want to hurt him, you mother. Oh, really? No, really. No. What the hell are you doing here? Who is that? Get out of my face. No one grabs my wife. Hey, David. Just listen to me, David. Listen to me. Tell me who she is and why you are here. They were trying to build up the farm and start a family. She wasted 9 years. Aaron was absolutely furious when she finally uncovered the truth. To her, he is just a scumbag and a habitual liar, especially after his grandpa left them the ranch. Now all their hard work meant nothing, since he bought the other woman a $4,000 ring. So you are never home. I am never home, because I am helping your ass constantly. I am going to school full-time, just so I can learn to run a ranch. Aaron truly believes that David thought he was going to get away with it. That is exactly why he took his mistress to the isolated ranch in the middle of nowhere. He only called Aaron when she was needed. He would never let her go out there on her own, which she thinks perfectly proves he was guilty of hiding something. Knowing he spent serious money on 2 separate rings and proposed to both of the women was totally devastating. Finding out that David had actually proposed to the other woman right at the ranch made Aaron even angrier. She felt she deserved that moment. It was completely ridiculous. Yeah, because I am here most of the time. Where are you? Not here. Because obviously you are here, bitch. Well, good. Maybe you should take care of your man, and then you wouldn't have to worry about it. Are you kidding me? He is well taken care of, bitch. I see that now. David eventually took a polygraph test, and he failed it. The examiner basically asked if he slept with more than one person. He failed miserably. He was incredibly vague with his answers and just couldn't deliver. He couldn't keep his story straight. Sweating and nervous, he clearly knew he was lying. After the revealing lie detector test, Erin told David she couldn't be with him anymore, but the love lingered after giving him 9 years of her life. She was even more heartbroken that she could no longer bond with his beloved grandfather. Now she cannot see him because of the split, even though she and the grandfather had definitely built a strong bond. He was her family. Now she has to start all over, pick up the shattered pieces, and somehow move on from it. But she's really going to miss his grandpa. She will also miss David, because deep down, she honestly still loves the man. We can see she still loves him, but she simply cannot stay. The night of the confrontation, Mecca Jackson left Chelsea's belongings right outside the apartment they once shared. Although Mecca still loves Chelsea deeply, he can never forgive her painful transgressions. After enjoying his freedom on the road, Mecca is ready to start dating again. Chelsea Smith admits she neglected her relationship with Mecca, but she isn't begging for forgiveness. Chelsea provided this unapologetic statement. She claimed he was never around, and her new man delivers. She was soon evicted from Mecca's home. Chelsea then moved in with her new companion, Benson Trey. Benson was unavailable for comment. They eat, surrounded by a crowd. They think nobody is watching them. Now remember, if you don't get your programming from Goldstein's, why we will both lose money.